Okay, so speaking of graves, it was interesting to me that they revealed James Bond's father and mother's names.
I
What
yeah,
did,
I don't know. I don't think that piece of lore needed to exist. I think that was
well,
I
I
don't know,
think it,
maybe he was getting some closure out of that, but like I don't.
well, I think yes, there's two thoughts I had about it. The first thought was, well, that was unimpressive. And
Yeah.
it's the whole Quantum of Solace thing where it's like, you know, you finally reach the secret at the end and it's like, oh, Andrew. His name's Andrew. Okay. Who cares?
Well, it's like if something's a mystery forever, then just revealing it to be something normal is like a letdown. Like if at the end of The Usual Suspects, Kaiser Sose was just some guy named Steve that
Yeah.
hadn't been previously addressed in the movie, then it would be a it would just mean nothing to the audience.
Well, I think that's
And
the point though.
in the same way that this grave, yeah, like this grave is just like, oh, James Bond's parents are just two normal people,
Yeah.
like it's just
The fact that
maybe
it was a mystery gave it the power.
it was never like it's not even a mystery. It's just like it's just it
Yeah.
like what's like what is James Bond's favorite brand of shaving cream? Like it's just not like James Bond's childhood is just never relevant to any James Bond story.
Yeah.
Like that's why this movie feels uh like the end of a trilogy is because they're drumming up all of this old history that isn't really addressed in any other one of the films.
Well, I think that's the experience though that because they talked about how James Bond is an orphan. And so M is kind of his adopted mother. Orphans have this particular they're born with a particular mystery, right? In their lives, which is who is my who is my real dad, or my
Mm.
real mom. And you know, the advice is usually don't go seek them out. Like they're not your parents for a reason, right? Um, but they end up doing it a lot of times. And
Okay.
when they finally meet their real dad or their real mom, it's a total disappointment because it's like,
Uh,
oh, the mystery of who these people were gnawed on me for so long. And then when I finally met them, it didn't answer any of the questions that I wanted it to answer, you know?
mhm.
And I think that's kind of what it was saying is like the that the sat you as an audience you don't get the satisfaction that you were expecting for knowing who James Bond's parents were.
Uh,
Um, and I know you weren't even expecting that satisfaction, but we were going to James Bond's home, and at first, like this guy shows up, and you think that's James Bond's dad, and then he says, "Oh no, they died," and so you're still wondering who were they? Who were they? Who was James Bond's parents?
I don't think anyone cares who James Bond was before he became James Bond. Like that's not what the character's about. The character's about his wacky James Bond
Yeah, but you
adventures.
kind of want to know who this guy is, you know. You're kind of this whole movie series is sort of like giving you the promise
Well,
of
like in Casino Royale, like that's his origin story movie. Like that's like oh this is
exactly.
his and
Yeah.
and the movie starts and he's already a super agent, you know.
Hmm. Well,
Uh
and what it's saying in like a grand way, I think, is like England's history, England's past is sort of like James Bond's parents. It's like they don't really mean anything to the modern day. Forget them. Basically, I think that and I'll end it with this, just the way that you would want in an ending, us contemplating a grave. If you think of Britain as the history of Britain, when does it begin?
I mean,
Like
like
of
that's the
modern
whole.
Britain.
Oh, modern Britain. Well, probably the end of the Roman occupation.
I
Like
would
that's
say
when.
1066 is what a lot of people would say.
Oh, Hastings.
Yeah. And what happened on in the Battle of Hastings? Who
That
attacked the
was
French? Or sorry, I gave it
that was
away.
that was that was yeah
Who
that was
who attacked?
the Normans coming
Yeah,
in. Yeah,
The French basically.
yeah,
And then who was James Bond's mom?
French.
She
Something
was
like Delacroix something.
yeah, Delacroix. So I think what that is saying there is if James Bond represents Britain was the Battle of Hastings. And so James Bond's mom was French, James Bond's dad was Anglo.
Scottish.
Scottish. Yeah.
So he's not even actually British.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also like in no other James Bond media is he really portrayed as being anything other than British.
Yeah. So all I'm really trying to say is like that gravestone right there
The
represents the birth and death of the modern Britain, and that James Bond, this movie is actually saying something truly epic, which is Britain needs to become a new Britain and forget the old Britain.